Best friend hasn't paid you back? Significant other forgot that special date? All this and more coming up on Snacktime Reddit. Welcome to the very first episode of Snacktime Reddit. New series here, Chicken for Breakfast. Let me give you a little rundown about how this whole thing works. We have a couple guests with us, but what is Reddit and how does it work? So, if you're not terminally online, if you're not always on the internet, like I am, like probably all of us are these days, Reddit is a website that is for hosting web forums. Web forums are just places where people come and talk. Reddit is divided into subreddits with specific topics. So, am I overreacting? Subreddits for the news, world news, all kinds of stuff. If people talk about it on the internet, you will probably be able to find massive conversations on Reddit about this. So what we've done, and what a lot of people have done, is we've scoured Reddit for some of the best stories, covering all kinds of topics. Fights with significant others, non-payment for food and other objects, just straight up fights. Some of it's real, some of it might be fake, but it's always going to be hilarious. It's always going to be crazy. With us, we have guests who have been on the podcast, and now they've migrated over into our new show. We've got Maria, and we've got Charlie. Thank you both for being here. I got some crazy stories lined up, courtesy of Johnny Magic, in the background. Let's go into our first story. Am I overreacting for being upset at a friend not paying me back for an expensive item? Real quick before we start, though, a lot of these stories, people change names, aliases. That's the case with this one. So we'll see what's up. We'll see what's going on. So, recently, I went to a concert with a group of friends on Valentine. And upon arriving, I get in, I go to the merch line since I wanted to pick up something for myself. My friend, M, was eager to get something as well, but was a little tight on funds, so he asked me if I'm able to buy him something, to which I agree. Sounds pretty simple so far. He then proceeds to pick the most expensive item on the merch wall, a hoodie that costs about $95. But it was Valentine's, and my friend was with his new girlfriend, and I wanted him to have something to remember their night by. He also offered to go halvesies on it with me, so I agreed to buy it for him, along with the least expensive item for myself, a shirt. M declares shortly after that he doesn't have the money to give at the very moment, and he was wondering if I could wait till he got paid the following Wednesday. A little bit of time, so no big deal. Wednesday comes, no text, no payment, so I text him and I ask where the money is. M proceeds to tell me that he can get it to me after he sees where he's at with the bills. Another compromise, but again, understandable, so I let it slide. It has now been a week and a half. No payment, no word, still out about $100. And I'm starting to get a bit angry. Not only has he been paid twice since then, and gets his paychecks early due to his bank, I drive him to almost all of our shows. He just bought a brand new iPhone and Apple Watch. He's putting almost $2,500 to go to a music festival in Orlando at the end of May. And I just saw him flexing $140 cologne on his story. Yet apparently, he does not have $47 to give to his already financially struggling friend for this hoodie and hasn't made any effort to reach out regarding it. My birthday is around the corner, and I haven't even bought myself something that expensive at any show I've been to. I feel very hurt, and like I'm playing debt collector with him. And in a way, I don't want to feel like I care all so much about the money, but I feel like I stuck my neck out for him when he should be the one reaching out to settle the debt himself, especially with an item that's so expensive. Am I overreacting?
No.
That's a no from Charlie. How about you, Maria?
Yeah, no.
No? I think I agree with that. $47 isn't a lot of money. It's not a huge amount. But it's not about the money. It's about the principle of the thing, especially when you say you're going to go halvesies on it.
Right.
So, what is this dude doing buying iPhones and Apple Watches? and going to Orlando.
Yeah, that's definitely more than $47.
Were those the bills he was talking about? Like the big $2,500 Orlando bill? I got to pay my new phone bill?
Well, me personally, when it comes to loaning money or just going halfsy or whatever, if I don't have it to give to that person, literally give to them,
Yeah.
I don't loan it to them. I've learned because I have had burned relationships with friends of mine because of money, and small amount of money, but it's the principle of it. And yeah, so if I can't give it to a person, no, I don't have it to let you borrow, because ultimately I'm the one that's going to lose it.
Sure. I have a similar principle. I always assume that if I am loaning someone money, well, the first thing is I don't loan money to just anybody. So we got to be pretty close. We got to have some type of relationship. Either you're my family, my friend, significant other, whatever.
Right.
But I'm always assuming, even if you say you will pay me back, I just assume you won't. And I don't hold it against you if you don't. Because I already went in with the assumption that
You're not
it's all good.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't mind dropping, some money on people. Makes me feel good, makes them feel good. That's how I approach it. Maria, do you have any kind of principles kind of set up around giving people money?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel the same way you do, to where I don't always really expect it back.
Yeah.
But I feel like with his case, where, I don't know, that would just upset me, to where, he's having this, like, expensive cologne and, like, going to places that would just, it would have a little ting to it.
Yeah. I take it as an insult, honestly. I would be 100% insulted by that.
I would actually take it beyond an insult. Like, dude, you was with your girl and you didn't have the money. Like, you shouldn't have been there in the first place with your girl. Like,
No, that's 100% true. I mean, because it's one thing to not have money.
Yeah.
It's one thing to not have money while you're at the show with your girl, and someone else gotta get you.
Yeah.
And the fact that you don't settle that up,
Yeah.
that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, you're an asshole. You're an asshole.
I don't like taking money from people. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Because it puts me in a weird spot.
Right.
And I would feel like, how can we have the friendship if, like, I'm holding you up?
Mm-hmm.
That's my take on it. But let's see what some other people are saying. So this comment from a user here. Your friend sounds like a taker. Somebody that does that to you is not a friend. Personally, I would find a way out of that relationship and cut off all communication. I would let go of the money. It's not worth the hassle or the growing frustration.
Yeah, it sounds like they agree.
I don't know if I would totally cut it off.
Okay.
I don't know, but there's a time limit on that. Like, the birthday's coming up. It's been a couple weeks. Maybe, month down the line, 2 months down the line. Maybe go quiet for a month and then hit them up a month later and be like, hey, what's up with that money? Then I would probably cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
Another comment. The first few instances were annoying, but fair enough. But when he bought himself all those other things, nah. I would ask him for the money back again and then distance yourself from him. This is very cheap of him to do.
That makes sense. I mean, yeah, paying bills you may have because a couple of paychecks because you got to get caught up on bills. Because if you were struggling, couldn't buy a $90 hoodie, okay, I get that. But he said a couple paychecks went by, and all the bills that he had, and you start planning for a trip, planning for a vacation, and you're in debt. Yeah, I'm not
in debt $47. Like, this is not like colossal money.
Right. Yeah.
You just when you go out to dinner in Orlando after the show, you just, you don't get the most expensive option on the menu. $47 saved right there. Boom, all good.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a couple of their comments. I mean, I think we all agree. I think everybody here agrees. That is not an overreaction.
No.
That's pretty standard, I would say.
Yeah.
The money, it's a small amount, but if you said you would do it, why aren't you doing it?
Yeah.
But if you think differently, people at home, why don't you leave a comment down in the description? Leave a comment down in the comment section. Let us know. Is this an overreaction? Is this too much? Is it too much for $47 to be hounding on someone that you call your friend? Let us know. Of course, though, we want to switch it up. We want to be different with the Reddit stories we're doing here. We're going to ask you two to leave a comment. What would you say to this person directly? Either advice, were they dumb to have done it in the first place? Should they have known, after being this person's friend for so long, should they have known that they weren't good for the money?
Well, dear Anonymous, M is not your friend. You may want to distance yourself from him. But at the same time, if you are friends, how petty is $47? If it's petty enough to lose the friendship, cool. If it's petty enough to keep going, whatever. But it's the principle of it, really. Like, if he said he was going to give it to you, is he a person of his word? So I go back to, why'd you lend him the money in the first place if you couldn't lose it? You got to know who you're dealing with.
Nice. Marie? And it doesn't have to be super long. It could be pretty short and sweet.
Yeah, I would comment back saying, me personally, because I feel like it is then petty if you just keep nagging this person for this $45. So I wouldn't ask again. I would just maybe slowly stop talking to that person, just slowly cut off that person, I guess. Just because they don't really then care and have respect for you, personally, I feel. Yeah, just, I don't know, I guess be more careful with your financial stuff.
There you go. I think that's a pretty good start to it. Simple story. However, our next couple stories, they get a little bit deeper. They go a little bit crazier. Am I overreacting because my partner of 3 years forgot Valentine's Day and my birthday? We have some text messages with this one. Quite a few. We're not going to go through all of them. But we'll read the first couple and just kind of see how these two people communicate with each other. Because that's a big consideration, right? I would say it's probably bad to miss Valentine's Day and their birthday. But maybe there's a logical explanation there. You know, maybe it's the same dude from last story. Spent all that money on Orlando. Doesn't have any money for the girl. I'll turn it over to you.
So the boyfriend says, "Babe, I'm sorry I haven't gotten you anything for Valentine's Day because your birthday's the next. I promise I'll have something for you in the following days." Then he responds, "Later, babe, question mark."
Wait, so I just want to clarify. You went to the mall yesterday and bought yourself new shoes, but didn't think to pop into a CVS or a Dollar Tree to buy a card for Valentine's Day, or my birthday, or just Valentine's Day. Because Valentine's never matter much to me. You didn't have any blank paper and a pen lying around to even write me a letter or anything.
So, the boyfriend replies, "You just said you didn't mind I forgot yesterday that today was going to be Valentine's Day, but go ahead and be mad when your birthday's tomorrow. And to be honest, your presence is a good enough gift for me, so I kind of thought the same thing. But apparently, only material things make you happy, and you can't appreciate the fact that hanging with me is good enough. Tells a lot about your character. You f***ing suck. Happy Valentine's Day. Have a good one." I don't think I need to say anything about all that.
Yes.
Let's get into the story proper. So the girlfriend in this case is 29. Her boyfriend is 32. My partner and I have been together on and off for the better part of 3 years. Red flag already. My birthday is tomorrow. Historically, I've never expected both a Valentine's gift and a birthday gift, especially we are both in recovery this year. This year, he forgot both. He claims he was going to get me a birthday gift today, but I know he forgot and is trying to cover his own ass because he just went to the mall yesterday with his housemates and spent hundreds on new shoes and clothes. I'm not a material person at all. In fact, I would have preferred something handmade as it's more meaningful. But he did nothing. He acknowledged that he did nothing several hours before I was supposed to see him today. So he could have gone across the street to his store, gotten a card before I met up with him. But he chose to tell me he forgot, and he'll make it up to me in a few days. I'm really hurt by his lack of effort. I don't think his excuses are valid. Am I overreacting? No. Or am I settling for less than the bare minimum?
I mean, Valentine's Day, yes, and she said she don't care too much about it, but if her birthday is the 15th, like one of those 2 days, you got to do something. You know, you got to show some type of interest or something, like at least, like, you know what I mean? Like she said, take a piece of paper, draw happy birthday on it.
Yeah.
As far as the recovery part and the backstory and everything, she has to know that he has those type of mannerisms of splurging and things on the wrong things.
Yeah, I mean,
that goes with the lifestyle.
She doesn't say what kind of recovery they're in. To me, it sounds like a financial recovery.
Right. Okay.
Or maybe a relationship recovery. Maybe they had a breakdown. They were trying to work things out, make it come back together because they've been on and off. What do you think, Maria?
I don't think she's overreacting though, just because so like for me personally, my birthday is in like December, so like I don't expect, like I've never expected, you know, birthday gifts and like Christmas.
Yeah.
They're usually always just like combined. And personally for them, I think that might have just been definitely a communication issue on their part. Because especially if, you know, after 3 years, it's an issue.
3 years on and off, so like
That's a good point.
3 years on and off, so like how strong is the relationship anyway? Like, is he involved? Is she's involved in the relationship on and off? I mean, I don't know why it was on and off, but is it a relationship or just a friendship with benefits?
That's a very good point.
And then her birthday actually falls on what you call the holiday where that's when you romance your side chick. She didn't even get the side chick treatment.
That's good. That's very good. I'll add on to this though. I would never believe my significant other if they told me don't worry about Valentine's Day or my birthday. I would never believe that for a second.
Oh no, that's a trap.
I would never believe that for a second, whether it's a trap or not.
No, it's a trap.
Right. For me, I wouldn't really mind if I didn't get something for my birthday. I wouldn't really mind about Valentine's Day because gifts. I like getting gifts, but it's not the end of the world if I don't get one. Mm-hmm. But that's for like the commoners. That's for like your friends, your family. If you're my girl, or if I'm your dude, there is one day a year that you gotta watch out for. And I would get maybe Miss Valentine's, maybe you miss the birthday. They're like right next to each other. There's no way you could miss both of them.
Right.
And I would never, even if they didn't care, I wouldn't feel right if I didn't take at least like 10 minutes out of my day to go grab a card. And I've been in those situations before. I've been in a situation where I didn't have a lot of time. I didn't have a lot of money to do something for someone I loved. So, you bake some muffins. You write them a nice letter. Something simple, something sweet.
And with so much technology out right now, he could have created a card on the internet or some type and sent it to her in her DM. A big, beautiful card, like put some type of effort into it.
You could have AI'd that. You could have done AI and it wouldn't cost you anything. It would have been free. You wouldn't even have to work for it. Let's see what the other people are saying in here. So this user says, bro crashed out for 3 screenshots worth of text and ended it with, you need to relax. This guy sounds like he's making every wrong move ever, like, possible. He just needs to add in, you need to smile more. And I think that'll cap it off. Another user says, has no one been to a mall near Valentine's Day? It would have been riddled with signs, heart-shaped stuff, covered in pink and red. He didn't forget Valentine's Day. He didn't get which is fair enough. That's fair enough. And we'll hit one more. Let's see if we can get the top comment here. Top comment says, when I saw that, I literally said, fuck right off, out loud. The audacity. This is kind of a crazy story. Like I said, I don't know if you could do much more wrong to someone that you are in a relationship with.
Right.
Other than like cheating on them, I guess would add to it. Maybe that's why they've been on and off for so long. Maybe there's something going on there. So again, we're gonna ask both of you, what would you say to this person?
Dear happily not in love people, just lose each other. It's over.
Maria, you have anything to add into that?
Yeah, to the girlfriend, please, if you haven't already, dump him, please. You deserve better. And it's simple. It's that simple. Just, you deserve better.
I think that's all you really need to say. That's all you really need to say. So this one's a little shorter, it's a little sweeter. It's kind of in the middle of the previous two, right? Our last story that we're going to cap this episode off with. Am I overreacting because my roommate is upset that I told him I was bringing my girlfriend over? This could go either way. Some text messages, real short, real brief. You should be announcing when you have people come over. I know you told me yesterday, but I didn't think it was until later. Even just a text. When has my door ever been locked in the history of ever? And yes, I already told you I was bringing her over after work. They reply, I know you already told me, but I didn't know it was at 2 p.m. Please let me know. The reply, I actually told you this morning also. You said at some point, this isn't something I will budge on. I like to know when others enter my home. I understand you told me, but I would just like to know when others are in their space. I assumed you were having her over for dinner. Any thoughts on that? Just real quick.
That sounds like a open relationship gone wrong. If I'm bringing my girlfriend over, or if I was a female, my boyfriend, or whoever I'm in a relationship over, and we're in my room with the door locked, it doesn't matter who the company is. It's none of your damn business. I'm sorry.
No, that's cool.
It's none of your business. I don't care if it's for lunch, dinner, breakfast. Like, it's going to be somebody over here tomorrow. Period. That's what I feel. I'm paying rent, right? That's it.
Yeah. These are roommates. By the way. All right.
Yeah.
They're
Don't
not.
play with yourself. You might feel better.
I mean, I'll add on to that. They did tell him twice. They just didn't give him at 2 p.m. My girlfriend will be arriving. She will be up in my room at 2:10. The door will be locked. So let's get into the story proper. For context, I told my roommate 2 times that I would bring my girlfriend over to our house after work. I mean, that settles it. If you say after work, flash forward to us in my room, and my roommate knocks on the door asking, why did you lock your door?
Oh, hey. So we had a huge footage mishap. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but we lost some footage, and it was like footage on one camera, and we couldn't go back and try to fix it, unfortunately. I'm very sorry. But we hope you did enjoy the stories and the content that we were able to provide and salvage in this video. Sorry about the audio as well. I know it's kind of messed up. As we continue on this journey to present a new installment, we just want to thank you for your patience and understanding, and we hope to see you next week for a better, brighter, newer episode of Snacktime Reddit. See you next week.